BEEX project is a no-profit foundation about visual art and photography. If you want to help us, just drop a donation on buymeacoffee.com/BerlinExplorer. So welcome to this other 50 minutes of experience, and today I'm with Alex Nevelychko from Ukraine. Welcome, Alex.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting.
Really nice to have you here, and especially because from your Instagram account, the first things came up to my mind is when I have read on your description based on true events. And today I want to really talk about these true events. I'm really curious about your point of view and what happened in these events you have shooted before.
No problem. Happy to share.
So just to start to know something about you, can you just introduce us? Who are you, and how did you start also with photography? And then we go a bit more deep inside of the content.
Sure. So by day, I'm having an IT job. I'm a UX designer, doing it for over a decade. Had a bunch of different hobbies in my life, but this one I think is really taking most of the space now. And I am from Ukraine originally, but moved with my family here 6 years ago, I guess, already, to Czech Republic, Prague. And how I started with photography, I'll try to make this long story shorter. So I think I was infected first by this when I was maybe 5 years old. My older brother, he's 12 years older. So when I was preschool age, he was a teenager. It was end of 80s, and he was shooting film a lot because he liked it. He had that old, it was not really old when back in the day, now it's ancient, Soviet rangefinder FED 5B, I guess that was the model. And he was developing everything on his own and doing prints. So yeah, I remember that magic of the dark room, smelly chemicals, huge and larger, and all these things you need to actually make the image from the camera. But then, of course, these depressive 90s come. Then I was a teenager myself, busy with everything, like a lot of things happening in my life. And it's like 3 years ago, my friend from Krakow, he is traveling to see me, and he brings a film camera with him. I was looking at this huge film camera, Kiev 19. It's an SLR, but it's as huge that I think you could actually fit mid-format film inside of it, and it's super heavy. I was looking at it and making fun of him like all of the time. Like, what the hell, do you really like, do you shoot film photos? How do you do that later? He told me that it's not such a big of a hassle. You just pass it to the lab. They even make you digital scans out of the film directly. So I started thinking about this, like, okay, but maybe why don't I try it? And I remembered that we had that old camera somewhere. My mom was traveling to Prague to see us, and I asked her to bring our old, we had an SLR also in the family, Zenit 3M. It's also huge, heavy, built like a tank. It can be used like a self-defense tool. And she brought it. I wasted a few rolls just because I didn't know how that old terrible device operates. But I managed to make some photos out of that. And then everything started. I started like grabbing camera with me every day, and basically every day with me, maybe even 24/7, because it's only It's on the storage, which is next to the bed. So when I sleep, the camera's next to me. When I go somewhere, it's in my backpack.
Are you sure you're not shooting picture during your sleep?
It's mechanical, I trust it.
So I've seen you have two interesting profile on Instagram. One is 39 exposures and another is 40 exposures. And can you tell me the I mean for sure the obviously differences between them is one is black and white, another is color, but can you tell me the difference between 39 and 40?
So I originally was shooting solely black and white on film. Uh, well, not really just only black and white. I was buying sometimes color film, experimenting with this. It's fun. It's interesting. It's still fun. I didn't try all of the film stocks, but also I realized that I don't want to maintain my personal Instagram account because it's already turning into Facebook. I'm not Facebooking much. For me, it's just an overwhelm of information which doesn't give me anything. And my personal account in Instagram is like duplication of that weird experience I don't want to have. So I decided, okay, since I'm shooting a lot of black and white, let me maybe have a separate account just for that. I'll be following mostly those people I enjoy to see their work. If on occasion I need to care about updates in live events of my friends, maybe I will just open Facebook and see what's happening, which I don't frequently do. So anyway, I created my Instagram account just for photography. Maybe you're curious to hear why 39 exposures. Because the film camera I'm using mostly for black and white shooting is Pentax ME Super. It's a tiny, small SLR camera, and because it's so small, actually it doesn't stretch the film roll that much like Canon or Nikon does. And as a result, you can really utilize a lot of space on the roll. So instead of 36, sometimes even getting 40 frames, but 39 is like a standard for me. And I was maintaining just that account in black and white for like maybe 2 years, and I don't know what happened, but I started shooting color more, and I didn't want to mix the feed with color stuff, and I was thinking, okay, so what could be another account then? 40 exposures, because again, I'm putting Fuji mostly. I really love that green color of Fujifilm. And that film actually is pretty generous. It gives you sometimes 40 frames, again from Pentax and maybe even from other camera. So it kind of like shows that my specifics of what I use for capturing images. I use film. It has its limitations. It's a limited count of exposures, but I do love to get more of it. So it's like maybe it symbolizes what I'm using. I don't know.
It's nice. It's nice the story is behind, and it's really interesting in some ways your work in color and your work in black and white, and there is a lot to watch to analyze in your picture. Yeah, there are a lot of picture, uh, and they capture. I mean, in color, you are totally different. The black and white. This is incredible because it seems like there are two different persons shooting pictures, and it's like I don't know. I mean, the point is you are not shooting with the digital camera, so then you're just shooting with film, and they are completely different. And I would love to know more about that. If you feel different when you see in color and or you see the word in black and white. I mean, what is the feeling different that you have that make this totally completely different of approaching of the subject, approaching of the structure of the picture? What makes this magic?
I would say for me, it's a completely different mindset. That's why maybe shooting for like almost 3 months only color. I didn't have a mood for black and white. Summer is a lot of sun, a lot of going outside on the sunny weather, maybe meeting friends, and being more extrovert maybe than usually I am. And that's how this period is different. And that's why maybe I'm shooting more color. Maybe another reason is that I have like a full fridge of expired film, which I really enjoy. So I'm like watching in this huge storage. I think, okay, I need to use it. Actually, it's just been stored for a long time, not for just being in a fridge. But yeah, it's like a practical comment. But when you ask about black and white, I think it's another time of the year when I think I'm being more with myself, going less outside, because the weather is such rainy that you cannot get even a camera out of your backpack. And maybe that's how I ended up spending more time in the subway. And actually gives me a lot of inspiration. But somehow in a subway, not especially during winter, autumn, even outside during this period of, or like a season of the year, I would say I see everything in black and white, and I see pictures completely differently. And what you can communicate with black and white, I think in most cases doesn't go that well with the colorful or with the color photography. Black and white, I think it's quite obvious if I say it's all about shapes, shadows, silhouettes, and maybe you can filter out from your frame really a lot of things that you think don't matter. With color, everything is punching you in the face, like everything you capture is standing out. Everything has some kind of a color, structure, and maybe this is fine for summer. But when sun is gone, no flowers, less people outside, I think black and white fits me well. And why I'm talking about actually seasons, because it's not like I can switch cameras from day to day, you know. Oh, I have a black and white mood, so I'm grabbing black and white film loaded camera today, and I have a different camera with color, and this is going to be happening tomorrow. It's like month by month for me.
I understand the point. And there are some, I mean, the things is based on true stories. And which stories do you think are you telling?
I believe that a good photography, well, I cannot really say good photo, but actually photo, I think in general should convey some kind of situation. If you maybe could think about what could stand behind, or you don't know when you start asking yourself a lot of questions when you see the picture, I think then it means that the picture works. It triggers something for the person who is observing them, because I think that exactly works for the person who is doing the picture. If something is catching your eye, you in most cases don't know why, you just follow the impulse. And I think that kind of resonates with the person who is also watching the pictures. So I don't think I will be actually answering your question what stories are behind, because I don't know myself. I'm just going outside into the city, observing things, and occasionally capture it. But mostly, maybe what I learned from photography is observing skills. Not everything you see can be captured because of different limitations. You don't have enough of focal length of your lens. Your film just finished and you see something cool, or just it was so quick that the scene went away and you didn't grab your camera out, or you were not comfortable to shoot with your camera just right now because people are watching you. I don't know, or something like this.
But I really appreciate what you said, because I heard a lot of people find an explanation for them pictures, and what you said is totally true. It's you go outside and what else happen in front of you? Yeah, there is a reason or another, and you can choose to take or to don't take a picture. And I think this is something a lot of people has to learn from, that most of the time we try to explain something already the picture explained to us, and what we can add more inside of our information, it's what we cannot see in the picture. It's something totally different. But I like also the point that you said you don't know yourself, and this is I mean, this is true, but it's true for everyone. I think I don't know myself, and that's why I go on doing my projects and my stuff. It's because I want probably know more and more and more and more, and there is never a end. The only end is to die, I think. I mean, my mother will say the only things true in the world is the death, and in the end is true. It's the only things sure we have, no, and we have everyone in common that. But what we're doing during our life, for sure, most of the time we don't ask to ourselves why we're doing that stuff, and it's also a good point that when we share what we do, other people probably can see more than us, and also show to ourselves who we are. And it was really nice to talk with you, Alex, and I hope to talk with you again and to go a bit more deep in these true stories. Maybe will come out from your mind some moments particular and funny also. I will love to talk about funny stuff, funny stories happen in front of us, also if we don't shoot pictures of them. And yeah, for everyone want look the work of Alex, will be the link in the description, and thank you a lot again.
Thanks a lot for inviting me. That's actually the first time I'm talking about photography. I feel a bit weird, but very pleased. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Learn more about our project at allmylinks.com/BerlinExplorer, or visit our Instagram and follow Berlin Explorer Project.